Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Premier League match day 25 is approaching, and today we are not going to talk about the title race. We are going to focus more on the top four. We have teams like Chelsea, Manchester United and Liverpool fighting for this top four battle. I mean, it's going to be really crazy. So looking at Manchester United starting off, they are currently in the first position in the league, and looking at their performance under Michael Carrick, it's 3 wins in 3 games. I mean, 41 points for them. So now, do you think with their performance and next 5 games that they are going to play, that they are in the title race? I mean,
Well,
in the top four race. Sorry.
I think Man you can actually do number 3 in the league. Here is my reason. Man U is playing one game per
A
week.
week.
The likes of Aston Villa, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, they are in Europe. So I don't think there's any excuse with the caliber of player and the system Michael Carrick is operating right now. And we can see that how Man U can be very dangerous when they attack, because the
Very
way they
sharp.
played against Manchester City, against Arsenal, and against their comeback against Fulham. So you can see that they are actually very dangerous in the attack. And I think they are getting it right. 8 goals in 3 games. So that's a positive thing. So if Michael Carrick is serious, the problem is still there with the midfielder. But if they are serious, because they have enough time to rest and recover, unlike other teams they are going to play. Though some other teams in the Premier League, they are still in the FA Cup also, and they are still what's it called? Some are still playing one game per. But I'm talking about Liverpool, Chelsea, Aston Villa, Man City, Arsenal. These teams are playing in Europe, so it's not going to be as easier for them as Manchester United. So I think top 3, number 3 is very realistic if Michael Carrick actually want Manchester United job and if he actually know what he's doing.
Okay.
So Man U top 4 is, let me say, is 35% right now, depending on how coach is able to utilize and manage what he have. Yeah, what he has with time and what's it called, the player that is available.
Okay, now so Palliative discussed that Manchester United will make top 3, but looking at their next 5 games, they have to face Tottenham, they have to face West Ham, Everton, Crystal Palace, and Newcastle. Their next game against Tottenham Hotspur. How do you see these fixtures going forward for Manchester United? Do you think it will be easy for them making that top 3?
I think they are going to beat Tottenham. They are going to beat Tottenham. I'm not sure they can beat Crystal Palace. But at the end of the day, I see Man U as a very strong side. They are in a good run of form. So I see them. The top 4 is between Man U, Aston Villa, Man City, and Arsenal. The top 4 is the top 4. I think that's who I think will end up this season as top 4. I think Chelsea, Liverpool. I'm not sure they are ready.
Yeah.
Especially my club, Liverpool. They are
They are
just
not even.
they are deceiving themselves. So Man U are in a good form. They have a new manager bounce. So I see them making the top 4. But I'm not certain about the run of fixture. I'm not sure they will go through like very clean the way they've been. But looking at the run of match, if they won Man City, won Arsenal, that alone is a momentum push, and I think they are ready to like make a run to like claim the top 4 race. Yeah.
Okay, now let's move on to Chelsea. Chelsea performance in the Premier League since Liam came in has been impressive so far. I mean, they've had good run of games, made a comeback against West Ham in the weekend before losing to Arsenal. So now with their current fixtures, they have to play against Wolves in the weekend. They play against Leeds United. They are going to face Burnley, Arsenal, and Aston Villa. Honestly, for me, I don't think this should be like very hard for them, apart from the fact that they are going to face Arsenal and Aston Villa. I think their next 3 games should be a win, but I want to know your opinion on Chelsea.
I at the start of the season, I never liked Chelsea off, and I said something. If you remember very well, Chelsea have the material to beat any team in the world if they have the right coach to
Yeah.
put things together. And you can see in some certain matches where they actually display that character. And talking about Leon, their new coach, he has only lost 2 times against Arsenal. So Chelsea is not going to have it easier, because if you look at their last 3 games, you know, Chelsea will be passive in the first half and come out second half, and any serious team will actually go for Chelsea in the first half and try to defend their way in the second half. So if he continues like that without changing, without having the foundational starting 11, it's going to be a problem. Coupled with the fact that he's going to be playing in Europe if he advances, he's still in the FA Cup. So things have to change. Even with the huge number of players they have and rotating, you need a reliable starter that can
Definitely.
actually have this dynamic and stability. So with changing 5 to 7 player
Players every
every
game.
time, it's not going to be sustainable on the long
It's
run.
on
So
serious.
he has to change something. I don't think top four is actually top four is feasible for Chelsea. But if they actually give the coach a free will to choose his team, to use a stable team, because there are players that can actually uh, win the game,
For him.
kill the game for Chelsea. So it's going to be a tough run for Lian, because now they will be focusing on Champions League if he can actually salvage something out of Champions League or the FA Cup, coupled with the fact that he's actually chasing top four also. So it's going to be a difficult one. But top four for Chelsea is still feasible if the coach actually knows what he's doing.
Okay, now let's move on to Liverpool. You as a Liverpool and proper fan, your run in the Premier League has been, let's say, horrible. Lot of draws and losses. Only a win against Newcastle, I think, in the last 6 games in the Premier League. So now, what do you think for your team? Do you think it is feasible for you guys to make it to the top four with the current form?
It's not visible. Not visible.
Why?
The club owners are not serious. I'm not sure in any proper big team, and a slot should not be on the job till March 25th. We from winning the league and being backed dively, you cannot make up to 3, 4, 5 good run of games. That's so bad. If you win today, you draw tomorrow or lose. So that alone, if you cannot win a straight 5 game in EPL, then what are you gunning for? So before now, we've lost out of the title race already. We are like 14 points away from Arsenal, like let's say 8 points away from Man City. So, and also Aston Villa is in there as well, and there's a certain Man U that is also in a good run of form. So I don't see that Newcastle victory is just like deceiving us. Yeah, if you watch the games well, they actually had a very good performance in that match. But if you watch Liverpool game, I'm sure you if you are not careful, you can also get asleep in between of it, because it's so dry, so boring. You can at some point you just wonder if this was the team that won Premier League just last season. So I think top four this season is not realistic, except something crazy happens, except the players realize that there's something at stake that they can also fight for. I as of now, I actually think this season will be total worse than whatever the club sees coming. So no top four. Champions League run will be ending very soon. They're out of the Carabao Cup. I'm not sure they have. I'm not sure there's a very good possibility of doing well in FA Cup as well. So as of now, no top four.
So, but are you not trying to tell us that everything that has happened at Liverpool is now down to the coach and not the players? Because in his first seasons, he actually won you guys the league.
It's down. Everything is down to the coach. It's down to the coach. Okay. If it's not down to the coach, your best player overnight is now your worst player. So what happened to a Salah that scored a 30 plus goal last season with the crazy amount of assists and with 50 plus goal contribution? So now it's looking like your best player last season is your worst player now. So and again, I also think the way he also talks in the media is very questionable. So I heard him bringing the Liverpool legacy down. He's saying that for a club that won 2 Premier League in 30 years, saying that he won his first season, then this season that they are not meant to like question his job, his performance. So that alone, that was what Maresca Maresca did to, and a certain Amorim did to the press that got them sacked. So why is the yardstick for, and it's not different. He's been saying a lot of trash in the media of recent. So that alone, see, over the 9 years that club and was in the club, there was no way that he ever brought down the club legacy. So that alone, I think, is a sackable offense.
Okay, now so finally let's go to your top 4 picks between all these teams. We know Arsenal will definitely make it with their performance, but I want to hear your top 4 picks. Which 4 teams do you think will make it maybe consecutively?
Well, Arsenal should win the league. Arsenal should win the league. I'm expecting them to win the league. I'm
Open,
betting on
open.
them. Yeah, I'm betting on them, but we still have like a couple of 14 or 15 games to go. Anything can happen. But I'm expecting Arsenal to win the league for the sake of their fans, not for the sake of Ateta. So, secondly, I think Man City has been inconsistent, but never say
Definitely.
never. Guardiola is going to make top four. So yeah, and also I don't believe in Aston Villa going forward. So I'll pick Man U as my number three. Yeah, and I will take Chelsea as number four because of the pressure that will be on Lihan. They won't pressure him to win the Champions League, but they will pressure him to
To
win
make the top
to
four.
come back to the Champions League.
Definitely.
Because if you look at Chelsea, they just won one European competition and won club cup. So there is no pressure. The only job that Leon Rosenia has is to take them back to Europe. That is just it. Either by winning the Champions League or by making top four. And the pathway of Champions League is actually very difficult.
Very,
But
very
never say never
difficult
to
in
Chelsea.
England.
Uh,
Very
when, when
difficult.
when 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 Chelsea is always when Chelsea has been underdog, they actually surprise us. You can see when Robert Di Matteo won something, won the first Champions League for Chelsea. Is it Di Matteo or Di
Yeah, it's
Matteo?
Di Matteo. Di
So
Matteo.
Chelsea were underdog that season. So I'll pick Arsenal, Man
Man
City,
City
Manchester United, and
and Chelsea.
Chelsea going
Okay.
back to Europe. So Liverpool, I don't know what Abbas is thinking, but I think Liverpool is actually better in the Europa next season due to their
Okay.
performance this season. So
Now, what do you have to say about that? What do you have to say? Can you give us your own top 4 take?
My top four, I think Man City. I want Man City to do a 13 game run for me to the end of the season. I know Arsenal, the pressure will get to Arsenal. If you don't give Arsenal the pressure, they are comfortably winning the league now. I want Guardiola side, the prime Guardiola side, to pick up now. It's not too late. It
No.
is not too late. It's still February, please. And there's a mentality block for Arsenal. I think once they feel the pressure, they will crumble. So I want a Man City to give me the prime 13 game run, winning run, please. So I'm still rooting
I
at,
dey beg you,
at
Guardiola,
the
I beg.
at
I
the
dey
very,
beg you.
so
Do this thing for
so
football.
the Gen Z Arsenal fan now. I don't want me to see their club, that trophy, that league. I know. So I want. I'm not saying this. I'm to me. I want Man City to win the league.
Yeah.
Arsenal.
Second.
Third is, I think anything Aston Villa does is about the coach. Emery has done a massive job, and I think he will want to also prove a point to secure that top spot. So third and fourth is Man U. Man U. I think Carrick is in his dream club, and he will also want to get that dream job. If he can make a claim this period, then who knows if he's getting the job next season. So that's my top four picks. Yeah.
Okay, guys, that is what we have to say about the top 4 race. Please, as you are watching this video, help us share this video. Please, very important to share this video to reach more people. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Sport Enjoyment.